Hey guys, welcome to episode 3. I'm Nethercloud, and lately I've been doing a ton of streaming. Cringe-worthy intro puns aside, we have been getting a lot done. We've been going on adventures, building massive redstone machines, and adding a ton of style to the base. So, let's go check it out. This room may or may not look familiar to some of you guys. And if you've caught some of my earlier streams, you know that I've been talking about putting this tree in since the inception of this base. And I'm thrilled at how it finally came together. Look at these beautiful little details we've got, flowers and little water, some black stone to give some character to it, make it look like we've actually got some rock, some basalt here mixed in. Anyway, the only thing that I feel needs a little work is we got to trim back some of these vines. They've gotten a little bit overgrown now that they've all had time to grow to their full potential, and it's just a tad overbearing. Now, I know it's hidden up there, but before we actually got to do the tree itself, we had to do this fake sky up here. And if you look, there are actually two sides. Where are they? Oh yes, okay. So up here, hidden behind this branch, you'll see a moon, or a basic shape of a moon. And on the other side, we have the sun. This is actually the east cardinal direction, and that's the west cardinal direction, and I did that so I had a sense of direction in the base. The sun and moon themselves are wool, which is why we worked on that flower farm last session, because we wanted to make sure we had the colors we needed for this and other projects. And we could have gone with colored wool for the sky. But you know me, and I like to be a little extravagant at times. My favorite sky block is blue ice. And doesn't it look gorgeous up there? Looks just like a slightly streaked, cloudy sky. So, of course, we needed an ice farm to accomplish this task. So, we headed to YouTube and wound up going with an Ilmango design. We placed it up here in this ice spike biome, which we found while we were looking for a jungle so we could get some cocoa beans, and later went back to so we could get some parrots. But we'll get into that shortly. This farm is exactly as he designed it. I will put links to the video in the description. His channel is a must subscribe in my opinion. He makes some marvelous machines and has some fabulous insight into the game. We could have taken this from his world download and just placed it here in our world, but we didn't. We built it brick by brick, and then we added that platform down there that's made of wood. We can use the railing on the side so we can go back and forth real fast and harvest without falling off the side, and since it's made of wood, we're never going to accidentally harvest it with a pick. The gist of this is that on the timer, based on daylight, it sends these frost walkers across, it freezes overnight, and then the flying machines go back and forth, pushing it down into a cube. Anyway, this is going to lead us into our first time lapse. So I hope you guys enjoy the construction of this machine, the freezing of the water, and some of the harvesting of the ice. It was a very satisfying project, and it took a lot of work, so this should be fun. I hope you enjoy it. Wasn't that a good time? What could be better than a large-scale redstone-based ice farm? How about a hidden tree fort inside of our main base, inside of our big tree? We come along this little plankway into this quaint little nook, and you can't even tell it's here from downstairs. That's right, we have a hideaway in our big tree, complete with trophies, our very first treasure map, decorations of all sort, and a few other details. Let's see what day it is real quick, shall we? 2480. Let's put a new entry in our book here. Day 2480. Today I shared the secret of the tree fort with some new friends. Hopefully they will keep it secret. Keep it safe. Little Lord of the Rings reference in there for you guys. Anyway, this happened spontaneously on the stream, and I just adore the way it came out. Speaking of stream and things that happened, I've got another few big things to show you guys, so let's move on to some other spots in the base. So yeah, I know I could have just walked down the hall, but I wanted to do an epic reveal on my new favorite feature of the base. Okay, enough with the shaders. That was BSL if anyone is interested in what shaders I use. This chandelier here was inspired by some of the ones I've seen out there by other Minecrafters, but is my own creation. And I'm going to be doing a block-by-block tutorial on it and uploading it to my channel at some point. So if you're interested in checking that out, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you'll be informed through the notification. And as always, likes are appreciated, but I am really just glad to have you guys all here watching the videos. This is a great time for me to make them, and I hope you're enjoying watching them. This room in here is probably the most complete now of any of the rooms in the main base. These extra chandeliers over here, I also enjoyed the way they came out. They're just a slight variation on the other design, but they're a 2-point chandelier instead of a single-point chandelier, so I'm not as in love with them as I am with the center one. Plus, in the center one, we used a beacon. And honestly, we may put some more beacons in here. I love using them as a centerpiece in a lamp fixture, even though they are an endgame item. We slimmed up the fountain, so we've got it centered now, which is definitely doing wonders for my OCD, self-diagnosed, of course. We've made a few adjustments to some redstone that has smoothed out the back-end workings of these systems. We've got our non-stackable item storage, and we've got our labeling system in place, both in front and in back. We might do some fine-tuning of where everything is placed, but otherwise this room is probably just about done. We may add a few finer details and, like I said, move a few things around, but all in all, I am really happy with this and consider this the crowning of the achievement of the world so far. So, here's a little fun that happened on stream while we were working on this labeling setup. Alright, I guess you could be a free-range cow. You got lucky, buddy. You escaped. And he went right back in. He had a chance at freedom and life. I was going to let him free range all over the world. I was going to be like, dude, just go. Maybe even give him a name. Did someone say parrots earlier? You dang Skippy, we said parrots. What started out as a project to hide some ugly redstone turned into us developing this little microbiome right in here. This is our parrot habitat, and I thought it was proper to throw the beehives in here, although it's weird that that connects, so we may move that one in a moment, and get a nice little area. And this little bit of terraforming right down here at bedrock got me itching for some larger projects. Foreshadowing, maybe? Anyway, follow me out here, and let's check out some of what's been going on. We've made some major structural and aesthetic change, most noticeably in the form of this staircase. Let's take a walk up here and you'll notice where we are. I did have my back to this earlier, but you might have noticed it. Now, we created over here this artificial symmetry. This is going to be a balcony that we can stand on, and this is going to be more like armor stands, coat of arms type of things, you know, just displays framed with the architecture. We're going to be going through this room, so there is definitely going to be some transformation necessary in here. Obviously, we can't let these bricks stay through anyway, and since I knew we were going to tear these down and remodel them, this will eventually punch through onto that balcony, and we'll get some nice little style. That'll be a project for our stream, most likely. But I'd like to move on to our next project, and no, I haven't done this one on stream yet. I have, however, moved the elevators. You noticed that we could no longer access the surface from over there. We can now walk straight down to the basement, which we can still go down our elevators here as well. Let's just do a little dip. And a little pop. But now, our surface elevators are also centered down here. I thought it would be great to have our main centered room here be the way in and out of the base. And we're still going to get more creative with that. So let's take this little ride up. And again, I'd like to change the lighting. If you get out to the sides, you can see there's end rods. I'd like to eventually put sea lanterns in there instead. This is our down one. I do kind of like the way the sides look with those divots every fifth. It kind of adds a neat flavor. So anyway, I told you guys earlier I was itching to do a larger project that involved some terraforming and landscaping. And here we are at the surface. So, without further ado, let's crack on with it. Isn't this relaxing? I hope you guys had as much fun on that one as I did. I really enjoyed doing this section and bringing a little bit of style into our world. It turned out a little bit more gothic than I thought it would from the original inception of this idea, but I really like it. I may swap out this brick for some more black stone, or I may just make it a lot more mossy and viney. I haven't decided. I still consider this place a little bit rough, although we've done a good amount of detailing and put some style into it. I really feel like it's going to be worked over time and develop around with its surrounding area. We're still working out the theme for the way this top area is going to work, and I think we're headed in a nice direction here, but I also want to mix in some of the more classic bricks as well. Now, let me show you guys something really cool. This is something I've been working on since the beginning, and I couldn't be more stoked about the way it came out. Whoop! That's right. A hidden redstone activated trapdoor system that drops us right into the heart of our base. Look at it. It's awesome. And you might be asking yourself, where does it come out? When you go up the up elevator now. Well, it might be self-evident, but in case it's not, woo! We come right out of the top of the fountain. Let's not kill ourselves on the way down. As you can see, the drop chute automatically resets, setting the floor back to normal, making it look like nothing was here. The trick to this all is that the path block is actually not a full block. As you can see, the grass block sticks up considerably higher, considerably being 1 pixel, and that's enough that items can go through it. We did go the extra mile and tie this system into our central storage. We created a little underground aqueduct slash sewer system where basically the items get dropped down a chute, collected by a water stream, and brought to a central room that drops them right into our storage area, which is over here. I believe this is the hole we dug to get in. It's all secure, stitched up down there. I've got to plug this hole. But yeah, it works great. Now, I've got to give a shout out to my community before we end this video here today, because if it hadn't been for them, a lot of the stuff you see here wouldn't be what it is. This is possible because they have some amazing ideas to contribute. We worked together and created something awesome, and that's the great thing about streaming and doing videos, is you get a lot of inspiration from other people. And when you open up your mind and work with others, you come out with some really amazing stuff. I can't wait to get some more detail into this area and do some building over in this section. We've got some really nice plans for over here. We're going to tie a lot of stuff in. This whole place is going to get converted. I can't wait. Anyway, until next time, I'm Nethercloud. You guys have a good one. Take it easy.